Today we're making my favorite chocolate cheesecake. Start by adding 10 ounces of chocolate cookies into your bowl and crush them up nice and fine. Out of all the cheesecakes I've made, this is the one I always come back to. And there's a specific reason why. You'll see it in a minute. Next, take half a cup of melted butter and pour it into the bowl of crushed cookies. Using a silicone spatula, mix it until it has that wet sand texture. And this is the texture you want in the end. Now, grab an 8x9-inch spring-form pan, and then line it with a sheet of parchment paper. Then, transfer some of the crushed cookie mixture into your pan. We're working on the base of our cheesecake here. Spread the crumbs evenly across the bottom, kind of pressing them a little as you go. Then, press them down with a glass to make a nice, firm base. Next, we're giving our cheesecake some walls. Take some of the remaining cookie crumbs and sprinkle them around the edges. Then use your hands to press them up and shape the sides. Just like this. And you'll want to use a glass to press the cookie crumbs up along the sides really well. Now, pop it in the fridge for a while so everything sets and firms up. And let's make the filling. Take 2 blocks of cream cheese and toss them into your bowl. Then add 3/4 of a cup of sugar and a pinch of salt to balance all the flavors. And you'll want to mix everything on low speed, just until it's fully combined. You don't want to whip too much air into it, or the cheesecake can crack after baking. So be careful and stop as soon as it's smooth. Add a couple splashes of vanilla extract for that nice warm flavor. And last but not least, we're going to sift 2 tablespoons of cocoa powder through a mesh sieve. Sifting is optional, but it prevents the cocoa from clumping and keeps the batter smooth. Now, take a spatula and gently fold the cocoa into the cream cheese mixture. Make sure your cocoa powder is unsweetened and good quality. It really amps up the chocolate flavor. Now, add 3 eggs, but go one at a time. Mix each egg in until it's fully worked into the batter. By the way, if you want the exact spatulas and whisks I'm using, all the links are down in the video description. Feel free to grab them while they're still up. For the next step, take a pot and pour in about 1 to 2 inches of water. Then place a heat-proof glass bowl on top, and you'll want to set the pot on the stove. You'll need to heat it over medium heat. Take 2 bars of dark chocolate and break them into pieces, dropping them into the bowl on top of the pot. As the chocolate starts to melt, give it a stir until it's smooth and even. Be careful not to get it too hot. Chocolate can seize and turn lumpy if it overheats. Take the bowl off the heat and let it cool for about 5 minutes. Then, slowly pour the warm, not hot, chocolate into the cream cheese mixture in a thin stream, stirring constantly so you don't get any lumps and the chocolate blends evenly. Then, you'll want to pour in 2/3 a cup of heavy cream. It's gonna make the filling extra rich and silky soft. Take the cheesecake base out of the fridge. It should have already firmed up by now. Now, we're gonna carefully pour the filling in. Just look at how beautifully it flows, so smooth and even. You can use a toothpick to gently smooth out the top of the cheesecake and tap the pan gently to release air bubbles and even out the filling. Take a sheet of aluminum foil, carefully place your cheesecake pan on it, and you'll want to wrap the outside snugly so water doesn't get inside. Carefully transfer the cheesecake into the oven, placing it on a deep baking pan. Pour hot water into the pan, about 1 to 2 inches up the sides of the cheesecake pan to create a water bath. And that's it. Bake the cheesecake slowly for about 50 minutes. Then turn off the oven, open the door slightly, and let it rest inside for about an hour. Finally, let's take the cheesecake out of the oven. The edges should be firm and the center slightly wobbly. To fully set and get that creamy texture, chill for at least 4 hours. Alright, time for the glaze. Cut 1/3 of a stick of butter into small cubes so it melts faster. Next, take 1 bar of good quality dark chocolate and cut it into small pieces as well. Toss the chocolate chunks into a heat-proof bowl and let the chocolate melt slowly. When the chocolate softens, give it a stir with a spatula to help it melt evenly and stay smooth. Take the bowl off the pot and add the cubed 1/3 stick of butter. Stir it in until it's fully incorporated. The butter is going to give the glaze that perfect silky texture and softness. Next up, you'll want to pour in a tablespoon of neutral vegetable oil, something mild and flavorless, and give it a good stir. The oil makes the glaze shiny and helps it lay down perfectly smooth. Now, bring the cheesecake out of the fridge. And once the glaze has cooled enough to be thick, yet still pourable, carefully pour the slightly cooled glaze into the center. Let the glaze spread across the top. And remember, the glaze shouldn't be hot or it can ruin the cheesecake. This part is really important. Next up, pop it in the fridge again for about 15 to 20 minutes to let the glaze set. Release the cheesecake from the springform pan, and let's just take in for a moment how gorgeous this cheesecake looks. Cut it with a sharp knife, warmed in hot water to get smooth slices. If you follow these simple tips, don't overmix the cream cheese filling, bake it low and slow in a water bath, cool it gradually, and let it rest in the fridge, you'll avoid cracks and get a perfect chocolate cheesecake you'll be obsessed with. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you want to see more.